Howard here with fun blues rock riffs to learn, and this is number 7 in the series. And this is kind of in honor of that funky Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies type thing, so a little tip of the hat to the fabulous Jimi Hendrix. So I'll just play it for you first at tempo, and then we'll break it down lick by lick. Here we go. All right, let's dive right into it. First things first, I'm in standard tuning. I'm on my bridge pickup on my telly. That'll be the way to go on most guitars, a Strat, a Les Paul, whatever. And I'm using the Rude Mouse distortion pedal, running into that, and then that goes straight into my Orange Crush 20 RT practice amp, okay? So this is in E, of course, and this is the first riff. Okay? So let's break that down. You can see the tab on the screen, but here it is nice and slow. I'll do that again, even slower. And then we come back and play that initial lick again. And then we move up to an E7 sharp 9. And that's a down, down, up groove right there. You can see the chord, but here it is. 7th fret on the A string, 6th on the D, 7 on the G, and 8 on the B string. Classic Hendrix, right? So that second pattern goes. Okay, and then we come back and play the first one just as we did before. And then the fourth one is slightly different. Okay, you can see the tab on that one as well, but here it is slowly. A little muting on that sounds kind of good as well. And you can pick that any way you want. Double downstrokes or alternate picking. Whatever sounds good to you, all right? So here it is, the full set, slowly. Right? And you can play that whole thing twice if you want to, especially if you're playing it up to tempo. And then we move to a B7 sharp 9, so that's the exact same shape as we had up here, but we're down at the 2nd fret for this. Okay, so it's 2, 1, 2, 3. That's the groove, all right? So you can see I'm doing it a downstrokes, 2 downstrokes actually, and then hitting the chord, okay? So it's the first 2 notes of the chord and then the full chord. And so that's got, you can get a little percussive mute in there if you want to. So we have, then we move to a C9 chord, which is 3, 2, 3, 3, okay? And we play the same thing, the first 2 notes of the chord followed by the full sweep of the chord. And then we move back to the B7 sharp 9 for the, okay, so let me do that slowly. One more time. And then we have the turnaround lick, which is played like so. All right. Let's slow that down very slowly. Okay, here we go. One more time, super slow. And we hit a B7 sharp 9 at the end. So let's do the whole thing at that very slow tempo, okay? Here we go. And then up to tempo for those of you who would like to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you go with fun blues rock riffs to learn and play. Definitely in the classic Band of Gypsy style, I like to think of it, funk rock. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and of course, I will see you in the next video. Hey everybody, Howard here with fun blues rock riffs to learn. Number 8, can you believe it? This is number 8 in the series. And this one is a tip of the hat to Frank Zappa. This was a favorite jam of his live that he used to like to improvise over. But I've turned it into an actual riff, okay? I've made a few little changes to it here and there, but turned it into an actual fun riff to play, okay? This is a minor style blues using minor sevenths and whatnot, dominant sevenths as well. And I'm going to stay true to the original key, okay? So this is actually in C sharp, which is really cool. It sounds really good in C sharp, but of course you can move it up the fretboard into the different keys if you want to, okay? So as usual, I'll just play the riff for you. It's super fun to play. It is such a cool, fun riff to play. And then I'll go through it bit by bit. Here we go. All right, so let's dive in. We've got the tab up on the screen, and this is the first riff. And we want to play that 4 times. As a note, I'm playing that with all downstrokes for the most part, but you can mosh it up. You know, you can use alternate picking, but I like the way it sounds with all downstrokes. It keeps everything nice and even, okay? So let's play that really slowly and talk about it. So you can see I'm sliding with my first finger on that. That's to get myself into position to play this C sharp minor 7th chord. And as a note, this riff is made up primarily of shell chords. They're all shell chords. There's no fifths involved here, okay? So this is the formation: 4th fret on the A string, 4th fret on the G string, and 5th fret on the B string. and that makes the C sharp minor 7. And you can hear those thumps in between. So what I'm doing there is I'm moving that 5th fret on the B string to the 4th fret on the B string, and that makes a B/A, a B over, it makes a B/C sharp, okay? A B over C sharp in the bass. Very cool sounding, and you'll note a little bit of muting going on in the right hand as well. So you've got a thump in between those two chord voicings. And like I say, you play that 4 times, and then we move to the 4 chord, which is going to be F sharp minor 7th, okay? And we're playing that down here. Okay, so the riff there, I'm sliding from the 2nd to the 4th fret on the A string, this time using my 3rd finger. Right, walking into the F sharp. And I play this like that, using my 2nd finger, my ring finger, and my pinky. You can see it on the tab, but that's how I like to form that because it makes it easy to play the E over F sharp. And you can see I'm dropping that pinky to the 1st fret on the G string to make that chord formation. Okay, so that's F sharp minor 7 and then E over F sharp. And the rhythm is exactly the same with the same amount of mutes and thumps in between the two voicings. And you want to play that twice, okay? So let's back up a hair and play the first riff 4 times, then the F sharp riff 2 times, and then we're going to come back and play the C sharp riff again 2 times, just like a regular 12-bar blues, okay? Here we go. And then we want to make our way to the 5 chord, which in this case is going to be a G sharp 7, a G sharp dominant 7th. So it's similar to the riff moving to the F sharp, but we're going to move up to G sharp. So we're going to play and then move up to the G sharp 7. You can form that chord differently. It's the exact same shape as the C sharp minor 7th, but you're moving it up, meaning toward you, your head, one set of strings. So I'm on the 4th fret on the 6th string, 4th fret on the D string, and 5th fret on the G string, okay? I use these fingers to do it because I think it feels kind of natural coming off of the riff. But you can switch it up for sure. But the rhythm's a little bit different. It starts out the same way. That moves us back to that F sharp, okay? Again, utilizing these fingers to play it is not a bad idea because it also gets you set up to go back to the F sharp minor 7. But you can play it again any way you want to. But let me show you how that goes and how it moves back into the F sharp minor 7th. Right, so that's kind of sweet. Thank you, Frank. Okay. So you notice that little extra rhythm on that G sharp 7. Okay. And then we come back to the main riff again, but we utilize it as a turnaround. So we're going to play this. All right, so let me explain that. We come back to the riff 1 time. And then we use that same riff sliding from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret on the A string with the ring finger. And you can see I'm going back to that G sharp 7. Once again, you can change the fingering. If you choose to do that. In fact, you might want to do it on this one simply because you're going to go, this is just an inverted G sharp 7 chord, okay? So let me play that slowly and make it make sense. And you're back into the riff, okay? Okay, so let's play the whole thing slowly, and then once again we'll bring it up to speed, okay? Here we go. And then you can just get right back into the riff. You can sustain it if you want to as well, okay? So, for those of you who feel like you're up to speed, let's take it up a notch. 1, 2, 3. So there you go with number 8 in the fun blues rock riffs to play series, okay? Maybe we'll turn it into a box set or something like that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Hey everybody, Howard here with fun blues rock riffs to learn. And this is number 9 in the series.
Number 9, number 9, number 9, number...
So, a couple of things out the gate. I'm in standard tuning, and this one is in the key of D. And it's in the style of Jimi Hendrix, that Cry of Love period. So I'm thinking freedom, straight ahead, songs like that, okay? And again, I'm in standard tuning, and I'm using a Proco Rat distortion pedal straight into my Orange Crush 20 RT amplifier as usual. And so what I'll do is I'll just play it for you at tempo, and then we shall break it down bit by bit. So let's get right into it. As I mentioned, I'm in the key of D, and we open this riff up, the first riff, with a D7 sharp 9. Classic Jimi Hendrix. You can see the tab, but that's the 5th fret on the A string, 4th fret on the D string, 5th fret on the G string, and 6th fret on the B string. 5, 4, 5, 6. And we just jab at that chord, and then we get right into the riff. Okay, so let's break that down. After you hit the chord, we play the 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret, and 5th frets on the 6th string. And there's a subtle use of muting on that, okay? Not really super heavy, but just enough to make it tight and slightly percussive. And you can do that with all downstrokes. And then we move to the 3rd fret on the A string. And then right here, you'll want to do some alternate stroking. Down, up, down. So we've got this nice and slow. Come come back and hit the chord again, play the same line, but instead of playing, we're going to play. Okay, so what I'm doing there is I'm fretting the G string at the 2nd fret, along with the 3rd fret D string. Hit both of those strings together, but then hammer the D string to the 4th fret, and then open D string. So that's the whole first riff off of D or the 1 chord. And then, of course, we want to move to the 4 chord, which in this case is a G7. Okay, and how I'm playing the G7 is like so. I'm fretting the 6th fret at the 3rd fret. With your first finger, skip a string, 3rd fret on the D string, and then 4th fret on the G string. So the A string is being muted out, okay? So you want to be sure to not swing any further with your pick down toward your feet, any further than the G string, right? That'll get you in there. And then we play the line that follows that. So you can see it's exactly the same. We've just moved it down, so to speak, down toward your toes, 1 set of strings. Now what changes is the tail end of that one, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm barring across the 3rd fret B string, 3rd fret G string, hit both of those strings simultaneously and hammer to the 4th fret on the G string, and then 5th fret on the D string, okay? So for that G7 chord we have, all right? So let's put all of that together. And you'll notice, just like any standard blues, I played the D pattern 2 times out the gate, then moved to G 1 time and back to D 1 time, okay? So now we want to take it to the 5 chord, which is an A7, so it's the exact same shape, but moved up to the 5th fret, okay? And we're going to play the exact same thing, the first slice of it at A. Right? Then move it back to G and play the tail end of the riff. And what I mean by that is, I know you can see it on the tab, but what I mean by that is, all right, so once again, nice and slow from the A7 to the G7. Okay, and then we move back to the E7, or excuse me, the D7 sharp 9 to round it out, and we play this. So we're playing that second slice of the riff. Nice and slow again. And then we're going to hit an A7 chord again, the same one we just used, and we'll just do a little arpeggiation. And then you can start the whole thing over again, okay? So let me play that slowly from the A7 to the D7, or G7, excuse me, back to the D7 sharp 9. All right, so let's run the whole thing down nice and slowly. And for those of you who would like to play it up to tempo, here we go. So there you go with number 9 of the fun blues rock riffs to learn. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.